Let's start with the moment everything changed. In an unexpected move, the judge overseeing Diddy's federal criminal trial did something no one, not the media, not Diddy's team, not even legal insiders, anticipated. He brought in Ben Chew to advise on jury selection. This isn't just optics. This is chess, not checkers. Ben Chew isn't there for flair. He's a tactician. The man thrives under pressure and knows how to tilt the emotional temperature of a courtroom with surgical moves. And when this decision was announced, sources inside the room say Diddy's entire demeanor shifted. His legal team was caught off guard. Some even say he physically tensed up. This wasn't part of the playbook. Because if the judge is bringing in that level of firepower just for jury selection, what else is coming? This isn't just another trial. This is the trial. A federal case stacked with charges like sex trafficking, coercion, and racketeering isn't just legally complex, it's emotionally explosive. That's why jury selection isn't just paperwork and questions, it's a battlefield. 160 people walked into that room as potential jurors. Only 35 remain, and even that number is shrinking. Why? Because this court isn't taking chances. There's a media lockdown. The jurors are anonymous. Psychological vetting teams are analyzing everything from TikTok posts to eye twitches. They're not just looking for bias, they're hunting it. One juror was removed after admitting they saw the viral hotel video of Diddy and Cassie. Another, booted for connections to HBO, which recently aired a documentary on Diddy's alleged abuse. This trial is walking a razor's edge. Because in a case this big, one biased juror can tank it all. Cassie Ventura. She's not listed as the primary victim in this federal case, but let's not kid ourselves. She's the center of gravity in that courtroom. This is the woman who once sued Diddy for disturbing allegations, physical abuse, forced sex rituals, coercion, and psychological manipulation. And it was her lawsuit, settled in less than 24 hours, that exposed what prosecutors now describe as a blueprint for something far bigger. But here's the catch. Cassie signed an NDA, so how is she even allowed to testify? Some legal analysts argue NDAs don't apply when criminal behavior is on the table. Others, they think the government is stretching the law to put a high-profile scalp on the wall. Either way, it doesn't matter. Not really, because the public already saw the footage. They already heard the whispers. And whether Cassie testifies or not, her story is already sitting in the jury box. Let's talk about that tape, the hotel surveillance footage from 2016. It's silent, it's grainy, but it's haunting. Diddy, Cassie, a luxury hallway in Los Angeles. He strikes her. She falls. He kicks her. Then he drags her across the floor like a suitcase. No audio. No background, just a visual, and it's more powerful than any spoken testimony. Jurors who've seen it describe it as gut-wrenching, disturbing, and unforgettable, and that's exactly why prosecutors are leaning on it so hard. They don't just see a video, they see a metaphor for control, for domination, for fear. They want jurors to understand this isn't about a single moment of rage. It's a snapshot of a much darker, more dangerous world. According to the federal indictment, Diddy's not just facing accusations of personal misconduct. He's accused of running a system that prosecutors say spanned years, maybe decades, built on influence, manipulation, and calculated secrecy. At the center of it, so-called freak-offs. These weren't just wild celebrity parties. They were orchestrated events, allegedly filled with drugs, intimidation, and camera surveillance, designed to control, not entertain. And those cameras? They weren't there to capture memories. Prosecutors claim they were used to blackmail, silence, and trap. Diddy allegedly offered opportunity, fame, fortune, access. But behind the curtain, they say it was all about isolation and submission. Diddy's team? They're coming in swinging. Elite attorneys, big names, no strangers to defending the rich and infamous. Their story? Yes. Diddy lived an extravagant lifestyle. Yes, he hosted wild parties. But nothing was illegal. They say the relationships were consensual. The events? Fantasy, not trafficking. And that now infamous video? A moment of emotional failure, regret, not a federal crime. They want the jury to believe this wasn't a criminal enterprise. It was a man, flawed, stressed, maybe high, caught in a toxic relationship that spiraled. But here's where it gets tricky. How do you ask a jury to forget what they just saw? Once a person sees another being kicked and dragged, how do you reframe that? This isn't just about arguments. It's about emotion, and emotion doesn't forget. In court, Diddy looks different. Gone are the designer suits. Now, muted outfits, graying hair, a quiet, almost anxious presence. Sources say he's unusually hands-on during jury selection, nodding, shaking his head, watching potential jurors like a hawk. Because this isn't just a trial, this is a war for his freedom. Ben Chu, remember him? He's advising the court to favor younger male jurors, not because women aren't fair, but because the graphic nature of the evidence may hit them harder emotionally. It's not about right or wrong anymore. It's about who hears the story and how they internalize it. Here's where things stand. Diddy has officially rejected a plea deal. No shortcuts, no settlements, no backroom deals. He's taking this to trial, which means we're looking at up to 8 weeks of brutal evidence, celebrity witnesses, bombshell revelations, and legal warfare. Cameras won't be allowed in the jury room, but make no mistake, the entire world is watching. And while the public debates guilt or innocence on social media, there's a deeper question lurking. Is justice even possible in a case this high profile? Can a jury really be impartial when the public already saw the worst moment on tape? Or has the verdict, in the court of public opinion, already been written? Diddy built an empire on controlling the narrative, music, fashion, culture, power. But this time, he doesn't get to hold the mic. The courtroom belongs to the evidence, the jury, the system, and in a case this volatile, every whisper matters. Smash that like button if you're following the trial, drop your theories in the comments, and hit subscribe for real-time updates as this courtroom drama unfolds. We're Chatterfuse, and when Hollywood spins a story, we bring the receipts.